So I like to write on Substack a lot, and I do this. It has become a habit, I guess. I do this as a form of journaling. I guess it is journaling, you could call it that. It's nice. I like to get my thoughts out there, and I'm doing this video as a form of getting the thought that I have that has been circling for about 3 hours now. I just want to get it out there and across. I wrote something 2 days ago, and I thought I'd want to write it and have it broken down completely, and I'd like to make a video of it. I'll put the link of my Substack below. You can go read it there. It has the same title as this video, so you can go find it there. I am going to be reading some of it, so don't get confused when you see me looking at a computer or something. It is just me looking at what I've written. And I essentially have this idea that, people don't get miserable, or people don't ruin their lives by accident. It doesn't happen in one day, like at a snap of a finger. It started long ago. You started ruining your life long before you realized it was ruined. And it all comes down to habits. What habits do you have? What do you do most of the time that is either taking you away from a specific goal? And I use a goal as a point of reference because it's easier to understand for most people. What goal do you have, and what are you doing to get to that goal? What are you doing to get closer to your goal? And what are you doing to not get closer to your goal? Or what are you not doing? What are you doing, and what are you not doing? Yeah. And I basically titled it Your Miserable Life Started Before You Realized It Was Miserable. Because it's true. It started because you started doing something 50 years ago that has gotten you to this point. Now, this obviously doesn't apply to a lot of the bad things that happen to people, but in general, most people who ruin their lives have done so as a consistent habit. So nobody plans a miserable life. Of the many ways people become successful, there is and always will be a common denominator in how they become successful. Now, to be clear, the success I'm referring to is just, for the sake of argument, for the sake of keeping it simple, I'm talking about individuals who've either built a business, company selling products or services to other people, and businesses. This excludes the few who've gotten lucky and been born into rich and well off families, or people who've won the lottery or suddenly became famous because of media. For most, for most forms of success, Sustainable success. Success eventually becomes habitual. Most who've gotten to this fortunate position in their life have built $1 million habits. Now, before you tell me you've read pages written by the likes of James Clear or Charles Duhigg and tried the many lessons they both preach and still don't see $1 million in the bank, the habits I'm talking about aren't the ordinary habits that build a million or multi-million dollar businesses. Sure, making a bed in the morning, reading 30 pages a day, 30 minutes a day, sorry, working out 4 days a week, journaling, etc. These can, and if done for a long enough time, build an immense amount of discipline and teach you more than you ever thought you could learn just from maintaining these practices. Now, I go into a few examples, a few more examples here. But the point is, the habits that make successful people successful aren't the normal habits. I could go into a whole bunch of reasons why people become successful, but the number one reason, the common thread that successful people have in their pursuit of success and achievement of success is that they excel at investing 90% of their time to tasks that, without seeing meaningful results immediately, yield a very large return. They do the daunting stuff every single day for as long as it takes to get a desired goal. Cold calling when nobody answers, making content when nobody's watching. And if you're watching, I really appreciate you. Networking when nobody knows who you are. Building a business before anyone cares about it. That's it. Not merely patience, but the willingness to repeatedly do the difficult, valuable things without being rewarded immediately. Now, I'm going to talk about how to ruin your life. Do the exact same thing. Have the exact same habits the successful people have, the rich people have. No, sorry. Do the exact same thing as the rich people. Be consistent, but swap their habits, their $1 million habits, with your bad habits. I like this quote by John Dryden. He says, "We first make our habits, and then our habits make us." So, what do these bad habits look like? Smoking, alcohol, drugs, porn, gambling, procrastination, doom scrolling. Yes, it made the list. Lying, junk food, the list goes on. Give it 3 to 5 years, and you'll have yourself a terrible life. Which, by the way, you may or may not have intended on having, but your habits and your actions have shown the universe that you want a terrible life. This is what this habit leads you to. It leads you to addictions, it leads you to having no money, being broke. You'll wonder how you even got here in the first place. You'll be successful at having a bad life. I like this quote by Tim Grover. Tim Grover. He says, "If you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill from regret." And that's basically the end of of my little article there. Now, sure, have habits, have good ones, make your bed, take care of your health. But if you want to become successful, you have to do valuable things. And this is the keyword, valuable tasks, and for a long time. But the caveat to that is you also have to be in the right boat. That's a whole different topic. And so, let me just pull up my recording. If habits can build a good life, I'm just looking for exactly how I wrote it. If success is habitual, so is failure. And if happiness can be cultivated through our daily habits, so can misery. So, if you think your bad habit is just a small little piece of your enjoyment, then you cannot possibly grasp oh, you cannot possibly grasp how detrimental that very habit has in 10 years. Ten, 10 years in the future, your older you is probably gonna want to kill you for starting that habit. So